Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel called zuzanareacts, where I learn all things para with your help, and I just share my Slovak Central European point of view. And in today's video we're going to look into Lord Hanuman. I know he's a very popular deity over there. I don't really know anything about him, so I'm super curious to see what I have to learn. But before we get into the video,
please like this video and click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification. Thank you so much for your support.
okay, let's kick this video off.
Hanuman has been known in Hinduism as the supreme devotee of Lord Ram. He is one of the leading characters of the sacred Hindu text Ramayana. Hanuman is believed to possess the power to grant strength, success, and protection to his devotees. His worship is especially popular amongst those seeking to overcome obstacles, including illness, poverty, and spiritual challenges. The first mention of Hanuman can be found in the texts as early as Rigveda, where references of a divine monkey are found. He finds much broader expression in the Puranas. Shiva Puran mentions Hanuman as an avatar of Lord Shiva. When Vishnu agreed to be born as a human to defeat Ravan, Lord Brahma felt that he would need help, so he asked Shiva to take an avatar as well. Shiva decided to be born as Hanuman. Hanuman's mother, Anjana, was an Apsara named Pujikasthala, who was born on earth as a Vanara princess due to the curse of a sage. Anjana was married to Kesari, a Vanara chief, and the son of Brihaspati. There are multiple stories associated with the birth of Hanuman. However, in every story, Vayu, the god of the wind, has a major significance. Among all the stories, the most popular one is the one where King Dashrath was doing a great penance to obtain sons. Finally, Brahma gave him a pudding that Dashrath gave to his queens to eat, as a result of which Ram, Bharat, Lakshman, and Shatrughna were born. On the other side, Anjana and Kesari performed an intense prayer to Vayu to beget him as their child. Pleased with their devotion, Vayu granted them the boon they sought. According to the legend, some pudding was taken away by the wind, who dropped it into Anjana's hands. Eating it, she too gave birth to Lord Hanuman. Hanuman is thus often known as Anjani Putra or Anjaneya, meaning the son of Anjana, or sometimes as Vayu Putra, meaning the son of Vayu. As a child, Hanuman was very mischievous. One morning, when he was a young child, Hanuman woke up and felt extremely hungry. When he saw the rising sun, he assumed it for a big fruit and leapt up to grab and eat it. To punish Hanuman for his mistake and to stop him from snatching the sun out of the sky, the king of gods, Indra, intervened and struck Hanuman with his thunderbolt. It hit Hanuman on his chin and he fell to the earth. This is in fact where Hanuman gets his name. The word Hanuman originally meant disfigured jaw. His father, Vayu, the god of air, became very upset and decided to take away all the air from earth, possessing a huge threat to all living beings. This led Lord Shiva, one of the most powerful gods, to bring Hanuman back to his senses. The striking of Indra's thunderbolt left Hanuman blessed, making him as strong as Indra himself. Many other gods also gave Hanuman powers and protection. Brahma gave him the ability to grow bigger or shrink smaller in size. Agnidev gave him a boon that fire couldn't hurt Hanuman. The god Varun gave him a boon that water couldn't harm him. And his father Vayu blessed Hanuman so that he could be as fast as the wind. But Hanuman was still young and foolish and began using his special powers on innocent people as pranks. One day, he pranked an old man who had spent years meditating and trying to focus on prayers to the gods. In fury of being pranked by this young Vanara and at having his meditation disturbed, the old man cast a curse on Hanuman to make him forget all his powers, therefore leading him to lose all of his abilities given to him by the gods. As he grew up, Hanuman sought to educate himself, and for this purpose he chose Surya, the sun god, as his guru. Surya accepted him as his disciple. Thus, Hanuman flew before the chariot of the sun god, withstanding its glare until he became well versed in the four books of knowledge, called the Vedas, the six systems of philosophies, called the Darshanas, the 64 arts or Kalas, and the 108 occult mysteries of Tantras. Although Hanuman mastered the knowledge of everything that existed, being an Ajanma Brahmachari, he was not eligible to study Navavyakarnas, or the nine grammars for which the status of being a Grahastha was essential. In order to facilitate the completion of his education, Surya created a beautiful Kanya called Suvachala Devi, who was also an Ajanma Brahmacharini. Then Hanuman was married to Suvachala to make him a Grihastha without his brahmacharya being affected. Having become a master of all that Hanuman set out to learn, it was now time for Hanuman to pay for his education, also called Guru Dakshina. Surya asserted that watching the devoted pupil study was payment enough for him, but when Hanuman insisted on giving something to express his gratitude, the sun god asked him to look after the welfare of his son Sugriva, who was the stepbrother of Vali, the king of the Vanaras. To know the full story of Surya, watch the video in the comments below. When Ram met Hanuman during his search for Sita, Hanuman, along with the other men and ministers of Sugriva, was a huge help to him. When Sugriva sent his men in all directions to trace Sita, Hanuman was sent down south and eventually comes to the very bottom of India, where the land turns to ocean. On the other side of the ocean, Hanuman could see the island of Lanka, but it was too far for him to jump or to swim. Hanuman was given back the powers he had forgotten at this time to fulfill his duty and destiny of serving Ram. Suddenly, all powerful again, Hanuman transformed into the size of a mountain and flew across the narrow channel to Lanka. Upon landing, he discovered the city ruled by the evil king Ravan, so he shrank down in size to the size of an ant and snuck in. Hanuman was the one responsible for locating Sita and telling her to not lose hope that Rama was coming for her. He burnt Ravan's Lanka to ashes and caused great harm and loss to his city and weaponry. To know the full story about Ravan's Lanka, watch the video linked in the comments below. Such childlike was the devotion of Hanuman towards Lord Ram that he wrote the name of Ram on every stone that was thrown into the ocean to build the Ram Setu, a bridge connecting the southern India with Lanka. During the battle between Ram and Ravan, Lakshman was badly injured and was almost killed. Upon seeing the devastation in Lord Ram, Hanuman left to find a life restoring herb called the Sanjeevani Booty, located on a far off mountain in Dronagiri range of the Himalayas in Uttarakhand. When he reached the mountain and had difficulty in picking the right herb, in his devotion and loyalty, he lifted the entire mountain and carried it back to Lanka. It is also believed that Hanuman had every capability and chance of defeating Ravan by himself, but he abandoned this idea to let his lord Sri Ram have the praises. It is often said that there was a version of Ramayana that was written by Lord Hanuman himself. One day, Valmiki came to know that the great Hanuman too had penned the adventures of Rama, engraving the story with his nails on rocks.
Wow.
A curious Valmiki traveled to the Himalayas, where Hanuman was residing, to see his version of the Ramayana. When Hanuman read out his narration, Valmiki was overwhelmed by its sheer power and poetic caliber. It was truly an inspired piece. Valmiki felt both joy and sorrow. Joy because he had the chance to hear an exceptionally beautiful poem, and sad because it overshadowed his work. When Hanuman saw the unhappiness his work had caused to Valmiki, he smashed the engraved rocks, destroying his creation forever. Such was Hanuman's selflessness. For him, narrating the tales of Rama's adventures as a means to re experience Rama was more important than the fame of being a great poet or a writer. Oftentimes, Hanuman is depicted in red color, and there is a story behind this depiction as well. Every morning in Ayodhya, Hanuman would observe Sita parting her hair and putting vermilion powder, enacting a ritual which is always done by married women. Being naturally of a curious bent of mind, he asked her the reason behind this daily ritual. It is for the well being of my husband, replied Sita. Hanuman, ever the humble well wisher of his chosen lord, wondered if a virtuous woman like Sita has to apply vermilion in this manner for the goodness of Lord Ram. I, a mere monkey, need to do more. Thus thinking, he took a bowl full of the paste and smeared his whole body with the vermilion. Needless to say, both Ram and Sita were moved by the purity of Hanuman's heart. Since then, idols of Hanuman's are colored in a rich vermilion red. Once, Sita gave Hanuman a necklace of pearls. After a while, the residents of Ayodhya observed him breaking the necklace and inspecting each pearl minutely. Intrigued, they asked him the reason. I'm looking for Ram and Sita, replied Hanuman. Laughing at his apparent naive response, the spectators pointed out to him that the royal couple was at the moment seated on the imperial throne. But Ram and Sita are everywhere, wondered aloud the true Bhakt Hanuman. Not understanding the depth of his devotion, they further teased him. So if Ram and Sita live in your heart, can you show them to us? Unhesitantly, Hanuman stood up and with his sharp nails tore open his chest. There, within his throbbing heart, the astonished audience were taken aback to find the enshrined image of Ram and Sita. Never again did anyone make fun of Hanuman's devotion. Hanuman is also known as Panchamukhi, meaning the one with 5 heads. Each head signifies a particular trait. Hanuman signifies courage and strength. Narasimha signifies fearlessness. Garuda signifies magical skills and the power to cure snake bites. Varaha signifies health and exorcism. Hygriva signifies victory over enemies. To know the full story of Panchamukhi Hanuman, watch the video linked in the comments below. There are no references of Hanuman's death or the end of his avatar. He is one of the 7 Chiranjeevis, meaning the one who will live till the end of time. He also finds his mention in Mahabharata, which occurred in a different yuga thousands of years later. Bhim, the son of Pandu, had an encounter with Lord Hanuman and mistook him for a weak old monkey. Bhim tried to use his mace to push the monkey's tail, but the tail remained immovable. After a protracted struggle, Bhim realized that this was no ordinary monkey. Bhim eventually gave up and asked for pardon. Lord Hanuman thereupon came in his original form and blessed Bhim. Hanuman was also the one protecting Krishna and Arjuna through the Mahabharat war when they were fighting with the celestial weapons on their chariot. When the war was over, Hanuman bowed to Lord Krishna before getting out of the chariot. The chariot began to burn as soon as Hanuman cleared the path. Arjuna was immensely astounded by what he saw. Lord Krishna later clarified to Arjuna that the chariot would have been destroyed long ago if Hanuman did not shield it from the celestial weapons.
Wow.
There are various other beautiful stories of Hanuman, and we have only mentioned a few in this video. From being a devotee himself, Hanuman has been the symbol of selflessness and devotion to many people. Service and devotion is the very essence of Hanuman. Devotion cannot be practiced or forced from the outside. It can only arise from within. And once the quality of devotion arises, the very life becomes a living expression of the divine.
Wow, a very beautiful story of I see, like, I'm hearing that people are devotees of him, and if you are one, please let me know. But it seems like he is like a very inspirational deity. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology here. I had just absolutely zero knowledge about him, and it was interesting to hear about the god Indra. I now am completely lost where the whole Indra comes from. I know I've seen it from Abhijit videos, and I think he kind of talked about it as the Greek god of what is the biggest one? Can't recall the name right now. Yeah, so the whole thing about like him being hit by her or god Indra, it's hurt him, whatever, and the Hanuman meaning displaced Joe, but it kind of talks about nice qualities, and a lot of this is very, I think, very metaphorical, like opening his heart and all that kind of stuff. It's I think embodying things. And one thing that actually confuses me, or I don't know where I stand with this, it's like Lord Ram, like who's Lord Ram? Like Hanuman seems Shiva, avatar of a Shiva, that forgotten his godly powers. The story of him being given powers is kind of like we have fairy tales here about like princesses being born and they're called fortune tellers, but it's like really bad translation for me. It was, I think in the old times you would have like the old kind of, I don't want to say witches, like coming perhaps to people and wishing them like, oh, you're gonna be beautiful, you're gonna be rich, blah 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 blah, kind of these powers. But this was like a superpowers given by the kind of gods and stuff, and then he has forgotten all of it. And I understand that a lot of people actually are following him. So I don't know where the whole Ram situation comes in. Don't quite follow, so please do let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe to this video. And I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, please do take care. Sending much love. Bye-bye.